Continuing, if we have an issue sometimes, if something overheats, let's say our we're draining our black water tank. It has its own separate pumping system, which we'll talk about later, but we have had this fuse number 20. We'd had to go in and replace that, and there are spare fuses that we store in the RV, which we'll show later, but we will have a 15 amp, a 5 amp, a 20 amp, and a 40 amp. We'll have replacement fuses, so if all else fails and you see the refrigerator's not working or the furnace or certain lights aren't working in the RV, this is a good first place to look to see if this, let's say our refrigerator's not working. Maybe this 15 amp fuse is no longer in good order, so we'd want to check that as a simple fix. Or maybe it's tripped a breaker here, so we'd want to make sure breakers are in full on position, and if all else fails, make sure we're checking our fuse. But if we're doing that, make sure the batteries are off. We don't want any power to the system as we're touching and getting into here. So battery off, check your fuses, put the fuse back in, then power on.